Glenn currently volunteers as president of the Omaha chapter of Freedom's Foundation at Valley Forge, a nonpartisan, not-for-profit educational organization that exists to help preserve the ideals and principles upon which the United States was founded and help students become informed, responsible, and active civic citizens. During April 2008, Glenn was recognized by the U.S. Congress as a scholar on the political process and the U.S. Constitution. He currently serves as chairman of National Council of Censors, a watchdog civic nonpartisan organization that monitors the government's compliance with the Constitution. Glenn and his wife, Labina have 3 children. Please welcome Mr. Glenn Freeman.
Thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to talk to you about an old document. This September the 17th, the document will be 222 years old. But before I do, I want to say a few points because I don't want you to be discouraged because there are not 5,000 people here. What I want to remind you of, that when this country started, there was only 55 men that came up with the idea of independence with England. They had no money, they had no army, they had no organization, but they prevailed. As a matter of fact, legend has it that King George woke up on July the 4th in 1776. He kept a diary. And in his diary, for July the 4th, 1776, he said, "Nothing significant happened today." Nothing significant happened today. So now I want you to remember, because I'm here to tell you, I don't believe that you've got the politicians' attention. I don't think you have. Because if you have, the only thing you should say, that if this passes, you will be unemployed. You don't have to beg. You do not have to beg. Don't let anyone stand up here and tell you it's them, it's they. It's 535 people. 535 people. 435 in the House, 100 in the Senate. Obama is not your problem. The Congress is your problem. The Congress initiates the law. So when you are writing and when you are concerned, I don't want you to be concerned about Obama. Obama does not represent the legislative body of our government. Congress does. 435 people. Now, I don't want you to feel like that you're doing something wrong. You are not. As I told you earlier, I'm going to talk about the Constitution. In the First Amendment, we hear about the basic freedoms. 4 basic freedoms. Freedom of religion, speech, press, freedom to assemble. But you see, like most things, the politicians don't tell you. There's one more. It's not 4, it's 5. The 5th says that you have the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. You understand what I'm saying? You have a right to be here. You don't have to apologize to anyone. And I'm telling you that in this state, you have 5 individuals to be concerned about. You have 2 in the Senate and 3 in the House. So when you write them, there's no reason for you to go into a long dissertation. There's no reason for that at all. If this passes, you will be unemployed. That's all you need to say. Ladies and gentlemen, health care reform is not about health care. That's number 1. Don't let anyone stand here and give you all this. This is about health care. It's not. This is about control. controlling your life. That's what this is about. If Congress was concerned about your and my health care, why didn't they do this? What about all medical treatments that you receive? Why isn't that tax deductible dollar for dollar? Why not? If you look at, you got to understand, they're going to stand up here and tell you that they are concerned about adequate health care. If they are, then why aren't all medical treatments that you receive tax deductible dollar for dollar? Listen more. What about all the medication that you receive? Why isn't that tax deductible dollar for dollar? If you buy a bottle of aspirins, why isn't that tax deductible? If you get a tooth pulled, why isn't that tax deductible? Dollar for dollar. What about wellness treatments? Now I want you to think about this. You go and you join a gym, and you know we all say you're running, you're marching, whatever you're doing. Why isn't that tax deductible dollar for dollar? You pay medical insurance premiums. Why isn't that tax deductible dollar for dollar? What I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, if they were concerned about your health care, they would do these things. I would not have to stand up here and tell you this. They're not concerned about, they're concerned about control and have a power over you. The more power you give Congress, and don't let anyone stand up here and talk about the government. It's not the government. Because the other parts of the government, the executive branch and the judicial branch, it's not the government. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Congress. It's Congress. Congress is the legislative body. I want you to understand that we live in the greatest country in the world. I've had the opportunity, as the gentleman tell you, to visit many of them in my 30 years. This country is great, first of all, due to the character of the people. That's number one. Number two is the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. We are great because of these documents, not in spite of them. We are great because of these documents, not in spite of them. As someone told you earlier, members of Congress are sworn to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. That's why I'm talking about Congress. That is the same oath that George Washington took, the very first president. Now Shane referenced and mentioned the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They're endowed by